Here are some beautiful quilt patterns that I think you're gonna love. We're always looking for this simple, right? Super simple, super easy. And majority of these are. I think probably number two is a little bit more complicated, but if you take your time, you could totally do it. So I'd like to know what you're currently working on. So let me know in the comments what you're working on. Let's start off with this beautiful half triangle. This is such a pretty quilt by New Quilters, is who designed it. And literally, you could get fat quarters or just get, like a half a yard of some of your favorite colors. And you're just going to take and make half squares and then create those with a solid color, or you could do it with a different. I mean, you can do it however you want. That's the great thing about this quilt. If you're not crazy about white, we have a dog. White's not always the best color. You can always do that in a different color. Like that would be so pretty in a cream or even like a light pink. So let your imagination go wild. Okay. Here's one of my favorite quilts of all times. This is so pretty and it looks so complicated, but it's not. Okay, there's really great instructions and you can easily make this. I think I love it because of the red. But it's gorgeous. Like absolutely gorgeous. And would be so pretty on a bed. So anyway, take a look at that pattern. Here's one by Patchwork Posy. This is literally just a ton of rectangles. So if you love rectangles, this is the quilt for you. Always remember too, you don't have to make it this big. You can make it smaller and that's perfectly fine. Okay. But this would be a great one for a kid's room or for your bed or just to snuggle up in. Super pretty. Here's another one. Like this looks like to me like she used a fat quarter bundle um, because all of the colors match. But again, they're just rectangles. You could probably also use jelly rolls. Those may be jelly rolls actually. Um, Super simple to use. So super simple to make. And again, you don't have to do white. You could just do a solid kind of in the middle. Like you can do whatever you want with it. Super cute. This one's got more fall colors, but if you love like deep, rich colors, like you could still use this. So they're just simple squares, which we love, right? Like raise your hand in the comments if you love just simple squares. Here's a super cute plus pattern. Again, perfect if you've got fat quarters. Or just go get you some coordinating fabric from your local fabric store. But this one is super cute, fun to make. Um, Literally, if you did a smaller one, I think you could do it in a weekend because those are really pretty big squares. Okay, so if you're newer, like this would be a great one. One of my tricks for keeping my seams really straight, because you can see it all lines up, is a magnetic seam guide. That helps me keep my seams straight because if not, I go rogue. No doubt. Here's another super pretty. If you look at this, like it really is just squares. A few rectangles in the middle, but it's just squares made using different shapes. And so super fun. If you've got leftover fabric from another project, this would be a great one to do this with. I think this would be so pretty as a baby one to make it smaller and make it as a baby blanket. What do you guys think? Baby blanket? I think it's so pretty. You could also, like, if you've got leftover clothes from like a baby, like this would be the perfect quilt for that. Or even like a memory quilt from somebody who's passed on. So this would be super great way to use up those extra clothes or just your favorite fabrics. Super pretty. And then finally, this is the last one. It's just rectangles. smaller rectangles. Super fun. Look how cute this is. Again, if you've got leftover fabric, like don't throw it out. Like these little rectangles would be the perfect way to use up all of that extra fabric. So, um, just make it your own. I would nearly too, like where there's a little white space between the two small rectangles, I would put those together and just even in between the two small and the large rectangle, like you could put those together and then not have to worry about the white in the middle of it. That'd be a super way to make it a little bit more beginner friendly. So anyway, I hope you loved them. I'd love to know which one you love the most in the comments.